Okay, son, be a good boy, brush your teeth, and please conquer the planet for Daddy. That's a good lad. Hey guys, Ryan here, and welcome to today's What If. And today I'm doing a brand new What If that I haven't done on this channel before. And I think this one will be pretty interesting as well as pretty comedic in some ways. And that is, what if Cell Jr. turned good? What? Cell Jr. turned good? Didn't Gohan destroy all those? Well, I take you back towards the end of the Cell games. We have the final beam struggle between Cell and Gohan. Gohan was of course able to get the upper hand and overpower Cell and finish him off. And he does finish him off per normal, as in the anime, but with a slight difference. Cell, realizing the end is near, he comes up with a quick plan, a little something he was able to come up with thanks to the Piccolo cells in his body. Cell does a King Piccolo. He aims his tail up in the air and fires out one final Cell Jr. Now, he's not going to drop a Cell Jr. right there because the Z Warriors will just destroy it. So he had to make sure that he fired off this final Cell Jr. like a cannon. To make sure that when Cell Jr. lands, that he's far enough away that the Z Warriors won't be able to sense him. Where exactly does this Cell Jr. land? He ends up landing in the northern part of the world, where Sano's village is. You see a little bit of something familiar from Dragon Ball, from the early days of Dragon Ball, during the Red Ribbon Army saga. Cell Jr. has woken up in this snowy place. He has no idea where he is, and is freezing. He's just lying there freezing. The only thing he can really remember and think about right now is his mission to avenge his father's death. But at that, he gets so cold he can't even think of that at the moment. The only thing he can think about is how freezing he is. And it would seem that Cell Jr. was actually going to perish at this wasteland, but he's found by two more familiar faces that we haven't seen in Dragon Ball for ages, except towards the end of the Buu saga. And that is Sano and android number 8, or Ada, who take this little, almost innocent looking creature into their home. He is frozen to the point that he is passed out. He could die. He may or may not live through this. So they got him warmed up by the fire, and they decide to put him to bed into Sano's old childhood room. And they just even give Cell Jr. a nice little teddy bear to snuggle with. One of Sano's old toys. A few hours later, Cell Jr. wakes up and stumbles out of the room. And he's just looking at Ada and number 8. Now, do they realize that they probably let the most evil creature into their home? Well, yeah, they do realize that he resembles this Cell creature who was fighting with Goku and the others on the television during the Cell games. but they don't know that this one is a direct reincarnation of Cell. They don't know. For all they know, there could be other creatures like this out there. You know, some could be good, some could be bad. They don't know. And Sano just sort of greets the little Cell Jr. with a smile. "Oh, you must be hungry. Here, come to the table, have some." It's a nice, beautiful, delicious spread. And Cell Jr., he just straight away tries to attack Sano with his tail. Just remember, that is how Cell pretty much eats. He doesn't really eat food like we do. He eats the life energy out of other life forms. So we got a little bit of a comedic problem here. Does the tail attack hit or hurt Snow? No. Ada's right there, because Ada's pretty much a complete robot, is able to stop the tail. "No, you cannot do this. That is not very nice behavior, young man." So he's just looking at it with his little... But ultimately, Cell Jr. does sit down to this meal. He's just sort of looking at all this food that he knows nothing of. Like, he doesn't know what to do with it. What do I do with this? And he just sort of sees Sano eating her meal, what she's doing, and he picks up the little knife and fork and he's just copying her. And Cell Jr. is just taken away by the taste of this food. He's just like, a bit of the cells from Goku are showing, and he's just wolfing it down in that comedic fashion that Goku does when he eats. "More food, please." He is enjoying this. There's already something different going on with this Cell Jr. because Cell Jr. originally would have most likely just destroyed these people and devoured the people and just moved on and, I don't know, try and take out Gohan while he sleeps or something. But this one little act of kindness has already begun to change the weird little bug man. A couple of days later, he's watching on the TV, and Hercule, aka Mr. Satan, on TV having his little parade and going, "Ha ha ha ha, I am the best, I defeated Cell, ha 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 ha," you know, taking all the credit for what Gohan did. And Cell Jr. is just, he's not impressed. Point his development, he doesn't really have the intelligence to say it, but he's just standing there like this. This guy's taking credit for what happened to my father, and he fires a death beam at the television, blowing it up, and the sparkles are dancing, and he's just sort of happily sitting there, clapping like a little child. Blowing up the TV amused him. You know, a bit of his freezer, bit from the freezer cells there, I think. Of course, Ada puts him in a timeout. "Oh, young man, you cannot go around blowing up things and destroying TVs. Oh, it's going to take me all day to fix that thing." But Cell Jr. is just amused. Yeah, over time, the rest of the village do get glimpses of this Cell Jr. in their midst. But they're, for the most part, leaving him alone. They are scared of him, you know, the whole fear, what you don't understand sort of thing. But Cell's just sort of looking at them with that mischievous look on his face. And he's just sort of going about his thing. What is Cell Jr. doing exactly? He's training. He's training for his eventual showdown with Gohan. He needs to get strong enough to beat Gohan. He is as powerful as Cell was at the moment of his death, but Cell Jr. knows if he is actually going to avenge his father, and that's if he does, he's going to have to get stronger pretty quickly. And one of his training sessions, Cell Jr. suddenly collapses, and he's feeling weak. Now, why is he feeling weak? Because he hasn't drained any life energy. He's been told he cannot do this, and for some reason the influence of these nice people is actually getting to him. He doesn't really want to. At this point, the only evil intention he's really thinking at this point is avenging his father. And so with him feeling weak and just out of some crazy instinct, he launches his tail at a random direction, and by luck, it hits one of the trees. And he's draining the life energy from the trees. Yep, this Cell is plant-based. Cell is on the vegan diet. And, sure enough, the life energy from the few trees he's absorbing is actually putting some life back into him, and he's able to get back onto his feet. And one day, he just decides to fly off, because he's thinking, yeah, I'm strong enough, I can just take out Gohan, and maybe his family, and be back in time for tea. And so, because remember, Cell can sense energy. Cell Jr., of course, also inherits this ability. He can sense energy. He knows exactly where Gohan is, and he's basically at home doing his daily chores. And Cell can sense the power difference. Cell Jr. is no match for Gohan at this point. So, Cell Jr. just basically sits there and continues to watch him for a while. And he does that for the next couple of years. And one day, when Gohan is not at home, Cell decides to knock on the door. Cell Jr. figures, okay, if I can't beat Gohan, I can at least do something about his family. And as he knocks on the door, 2-year-old toddler Goten answers the door. Cell Jr., he's got that mischievous laugh again, and he's just getting ready to point a death beam at Goten, but Goten just stands there laughing like a little toddler. grabs Cell by the arm and just Cell Jr. by the arm and just lifts him up. And Cell Jr. is just like all scared and panicky, and Goten just throws him out the door in a comedic fashion, and Cell just hits a nearby boulder, and he's just like, and he looks up to see 2-year-old Goten looking up over him, and they're just sort of staring at each other. And then they both just point at each other and start laughing like a pack of children. But that's because they are children. Boys will be boys, eh? And a friendship sort of starts to form between Goten and Cell Jr., who has, of course, got another name. His new name is Cory. Sano decided to name the creature, and named him Cory. Why did they name him Cory? Because he just loves the curry. The way he wolfed down that first serving, Cory was the perfect name for him. Between that, Cory would actually visit Goten quite often. They actually begin to form a bit of a friendship, and that begins to make an even more impact on Cell Jr., or Cory, because suddenly he's forgetting about his mission to kill Gohan and the other Z Warriors. he doesn't really want to do that anymore. And one day, as the years go by, we are now jumping ahead to when Gohan is beginning school at Orange Star High School. All this time, he is not aware that Goten has been playing with this Cell Jr., this creature. No one is aware of it, except Piccolo and Dende, who are surveying the situation from above. Because remember, Dende senses everything. But at this point, they're not doing anything because they can tell that there is a change within this creature. And one day, as the years go by and Cory's gotten a bit older, has formed a bit more of his own identity, he actually fesses up to his surrogate mother Sano and surrogate father Ada and tells him the real reason he was created. That he was created to kill Gohan and the rest of Goku's friends, but he tells them he doesn't want to do this anymore. He doesn't want to do it. And they couldn't be more proud of their adopted son. Yeah, I guess you could say adopted son. And of course, them being personal friends of Goku, they're just relieved by this. And Cell Jr., Cory, I keep forgetting to say Cory decides that he wants to actually make up for what his father did in some shape or form. But he just doesn't know how to approach these other Z-Warriors in fear they might attack him and hurt him. And, he doesn't want to pick a fight here. He wants to do something nice. And Sano basically offers to go with him to Goku's place. After all, Cell Jr. knows the way. He's been there many times playing with Goten. And he flies off with Sano. And they end up going to Goku's place. And they're met up by Goten. Hey, Cory, what are you doing here? Because remember, Goten's now a bit older. Has Trunks been playing with Cory too? Yes, of course. Every time when Bulma brings Trunks over, they would run off and sneak off and play with Cory. Hey, Goten. This is my mother. Sano. And does Goten know the truth about who Cory really is? Yes, Goten actually told his best friend the truth. And Goten's like, why are you here? Aren't you worried you'll be discovered? And Cory's just going, well, that's why I'm here. I want to introduce myself. And that's why I brought my mother with me. And they actually go up and knock on the door. And Goten says, Mom, Gohan, I want you to meet my friend Cory and his mother. And they are just shocked to see a Cell Jr. standing there. And I think that is where we're going to leave things for right now. So what do you think? Do you like this sort of new direction I'm going with a classic, side character that we don't really see much of in Dragon Ball? In fact, we're using a few characters in this What If we haven't seen much of. Ada, Sano. And how do you think this might affect the overall story through the remainder of Dragon Ball Z, and maybe as we head into Dragon Ball Super? Do you like this good guy Cell Jr.? Anyway, let me know in the comments, and let's get this discussion going. Alright, I'll catch you later, and I'll see you next time for the next video.